to the channel, and today we'll be looking at factorization. So I know you may be wondering what is factorization, but don't worry. So factorization, we're just rewriting an expression given to us in a new way where whatever they give to us, its originality does not change. Alright, so we'll be looking at two questions today that were taken from a 2015 paper, more specifically January. So we have this question here, and I know you might be saying, what? Where did this come from? But don't worry, that's just a trick to, pump up your anxiety and adrenaline. Don't worry, you got this. So usually whenever you see terms with a square on it, so this is the exponent squared, anytime you see two of them together being joined by a subtraction sign, that's a clue for exactly what we should do. This means that there is some information missing from in between. So yes, we're given the two last terms, we can call them A and C, but there's some information missing right here. So the clue that I'm going to give you, just write down your two brackets first. So put your first bracket here and your second one right beside it. The next thing you should do, note the variables present. So remember, variables, these are just either letter of the alphabet or symbols. So in this case, we have two variables. We have M and we have N. Alright, so that means whatever we're going to put in these brackets have to be one, if not both, of these two variables. Alright, next thing, put both of them. So let's try it. So we're gonna put both of them, for now. The next step, look if there is any coefficient greater than 1 on any of the variables. Let me know in the comments. Alright, so 4 has a coefficient, of 4. So you know what that means? We're gonna have to use that number. So given that these brackets mean that they can ultimately be multiplied, it means that something multiplied by something will equal 4. And we know what that number is, right? That's 2. So therefore, we're gonna have 2n. So we're not finished yet, it still looks like magic, but it's not. So the next step we have to do, because there is a negative sign here, and we're being asked to multiply, there must be something we can do where when we multiply, we end up with a negative sign. So which two operations could we use? So if you guess correctly, yes, it is your addition sign and your subtraction sign. So in the end, this is all that is required of you, and you would have gotten your 2 marks. If you are still in disbelief as to how this happened, don't worry, we're gonna prove it now. So I'm going to rewrite it right down here. So m plus 2n and m minus 2n. So anytime you see questions like these, it's a clue. You just write down your two brackets, include the two variables, and look if there is any coefficient greater than 1. These are clues. Alright? So let's go. Alright, so we have our new line here, just as we have here. So we're just going to prove it. If you remember the distributive property, everything in the first bracket is being multiplied by everything in the second bracket. So m is being multiplied by m. M is also being multiplied by our negative 2n over there. So we'll write down our value. So m by m, that's m squared. M by negative 2n, that's negative 2mn. Alright, so we've completed this bracket already, but we still have another term, so we have to use it. So it's 2n being multiplied by everything in our next bracket. So we have positive 2n being multiplied by n, so that's plus 2mn. Positive 2n being multiplied by negative 2n, and what do we remember? Positive multiplied by negative is negative, so that's negative 4, 2 by 2, n squared, because it's n by n. Alright, so we picked up what we originally had, but there's something in between. So we look if these are like terms. So we're looking, yes. So we have m and n being there in both terms, and they both have an individual power of 1. Alright, and they also have coefficients here, positive 2 and negative 2. So this is like saying I owe somebody 2 mangoes and I have 2 mangoes to give. So therefore I can, eliminate the amount I owe now, because I now have the amount to give. So I'm left with m squared minus 4n squared. So that's how it is done. This is just one out of the 2, but the next one is a bit different and yet a bit similar. So this is what factorization is all about. We're going to get an original and we're asked to rewrite it in a new way where this original does not change. So you can always prove there is no issue with that, and you'll get your marks for your work. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.